If you don't know what to study in college, then don't fucking go. Figure out what the fuck you want to do in life first. The best way to do that is to go on a 3-month road trip across the country. Become a reconnaissance man. Check out this novel and others by Aaron Clary on Amazon.com. A link is in the description.
Hey ladies, Bad Popp here, and guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna bust out most of your tricks so they can be defeated, and you'll wind up in the horizontal position, and they'll talk you into it. Winning! And I got this request like 18 months ago from a pickup artist. He wanted to know if I could analyze the different types of cock blocks and how to get around them. Winning! Just have the lube and condom ready because it's going down. Yeah. Now normally you'd be like, Popp, there's only like 1, maybe 2 types of cock blocks. But you forget, I'm an evil fucking genius, and there's way more than just that. Or maybe there isn't, and I need to get some sleep. Or maybe some more liquid sleep. Also known as liquid humor, liquid courage, or prude lube. I said it, what can I say?
I'm triggered.
I know you feminists out there can be like, well, she's drinking, that's rape. Get her anally drunk. Yeah. We're all just humans, hairless monkeys. We do stupid shit. And we do stupid shit when we're drunk. Is that rape? Fuck no. You didn't take her home. She'd get in her car and drive drunk and get a DWI, because she's responsible for that. But if you take her home and bang her, they can charge you with rape. That is so goddamn stupid. In all actuality, that should be called the ultimate cock block, but that's not what we're talking about here today. And what we're talking about today, I would say our traditional cock blocks. And number 1, the boomerang cock block. This is basically when you throw your own flying crossbody cock block and you don't even know it yet. Women aren't stupid. They'll talk to you, and then her friends and her will talk to your friends and your wingman. And if your stories don't jive, guess what you just did? You fucked yourself. Now listen, if you're going into the bar looking for a piece of ass, the big head probably isn't involved in any of these equations whatsoever.
Suck me, beautiful.
What did you just say?
That little head, he'll throw your flying crossbody cock block every time if you don't jive your stories. You're going out with your crew or your wingman, brief him exactly what you want him to do. Well, I don't know, heaven forbid, and I know the POAs out there are going to be upset, but just tell them the fucking truth.
Talk to her.
The truth?
Sounds crazy when you put it like that.
And with that being said, we're going to move away from, I don't know, the liquid sleep to the standard, which is liquid candy. And everyone has encountered this one, the standard cock block, done by somebody in the bar that you don't know, but he's a rival with you. And listen, if he wins many and many a time, I have tipped my hat to him as he left. You're throwing the jive out there, and all of a sudden, boom, another dude sits there and gets her attention. Standard cock block just happened. He shows up, he's got 2 drinks in his hand. One for her, one for him, and you're gonna get fucked. But you know, not in the way you plan. Once that happens, your chances of getting laid go down dramatically. So guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna mentally go through all of the parameters for the porn you're gonna jack off to. Later, that and the whole army of cock blockery, that is like a best case scenario. If that shit amps up to 11, that's called a monumental cock block.
Let me give you my number.
Please do. What about your chick at home, man? That fat bitch with your baby?
Doomed! I know you felt it. That hair standing up in the back of your neck. That always happens when somebody says doomed.
Hey man, what are you here for? Don't you have herpes?
You might have to take that individual outside and have an argument by braille, and then go into hiding for 6 months until it all blows over. If you're a regular in that bar, and that bartender or the owner finds out that you have herpes, guess what? That shit's gonna go around. You're done. Ironically, that shit spreads kind of like herpes. Not that I ever did that or anything, I'm just saying. Not only was that cock block monumental, but that leads us right into the next one, unwarranted.
How do you define unwarranted?
This is when somebody doesn't have any skin in the game, like your buddy's married or your wingman does it. What the fuck? Dude, you got no dog in the fight. You got a piece of ass waiting at home. Why do you have to ruin mine? Oh, that's right. Misery loves company. Hey, baby, how you doing? What's going on?
Hey, dude, I picked up that Valtrex you wanted me to get.
Wait. Dude, why you fuck me like that?
If I have to be miserable, you're gonna fucking suffer with me.
What a dick.
This is how I define unwarranted.
Now this next one falls on the scale of number 2 and how common this occurs. In all honesty, gentlemen, you should see this one coming. No, seriously, you should be able to actually physically see her coming. And you have to stay out of her goddamn gravity well, because she's fat. And you don't know what I'm talking about. The anchor chick, yeah. Not only do you see it coming because she's huge, she stomps around and sounds like Godzilla. What the fuck? Listen, you go in the bar and you see this chick on the dance floor. She's knocking people off with her fupa. In fact, it kind of looks like a bucking bronco. If she starts spinning around there, that gravity well might take effect and people will be flinged out like maggots. Her one job is simply to prevent all her friends from getting laid. In a weird way, I don't know, the anchor and the unwarranted basically have the same when you weigh them out. You know, one of them's a hell of a lot fatter, but we're not talking about actual physical weight. But what happens when an actual rival to you shows up? And we call this one adversarial cockblock. Winning? No. And this one is usually adversarial because that dude in the past probably threw several unwarranted cockblocks against you. Meat pumps to face probably happened. What the hell? What's one more time? And it's all in good fun anyway. If you two hate each other that much, it almost always devolves into violence. And they say violence doesn't solve anything. Yes, it does. It makes you the alpha and you get a crack at the women. Winning. So it's in your best interest to, win that fight, train, and stay the fucking shape. If you don't beat him, the only thing you're going to be beating is your meat. I'm just saying. In fact, I'm going to watch some Space Ghost.
We should do this again sometime.
I know your guys are like, hey, how do a lot of these cock blocks start? Why don't we just ask the bartender, which I've done. And we call this the domino cock block, and it's usually done by the bartender. He shows up with a Cosmo for the woman, and he says,
Oh, this is from that man down there.
there's really nothing you can do about it except just go, holy shit, here we go again. The only hope you really have in this situation of pulling it off, if that dude is looking glass challenged, because she might just go, thanks, drink it, and continue talking to you.
I'm sorry, did you see? Ah!
Feminists and women have said this over and over again. Spending money on them does not mean you're gonna get the pussy. In fact, I don't know, last time I heard, they actually felt entitled to it. Yeah. This board behind me is pretty much the standard cock blocks, but over here, there are some that are honest, and I kind of respect some of these. First and foremost is simply this, the partial cock block. Now listen, she'll tell you up front with this, and I kind of respect this.
Hey, there's no sex, we're friends only.
Got it. And you know what? That actually means she has honesty, so you might want to keep her around as a friend, maybe. But that's only if you believe her, and most of you don't, because you're fucking idiots and you'll wind up in the boho friend zone.
See, when a girl decides that you're her friend, you're no longer a dating option. You become a complete non-sexual entity in her eyes, like her brother, or a lamp.
I don't want to be a lamp.
Now listen, if you're gonna orbit that piece like a boho and bitch because you're not getting any, I don't fucking respect you. Wah. You guys that do this, you fuck it up for everyone else. In fact, you have feminists writing articles that the friend zone doesn't even fucking exist. Which it does, in spades, but not particularly in this case. If she's honest and you choose not to believe her, it's kind of your fault. I'm not absolving you women of responsibility. And you know, there's a lot of you slurs out there that keep these men around in the friend zone so you can extort resources from them.
Hey, you're so sweet and I wish I could find a man like you.
Boom, there you go, bitches. That is the actual friend zone where they extort resources from you and they use you as a sounding board to get confidence while they're in between bad boy relationships. When you say that friend zone doesn't exist, your eyes are brown because you're full of shit. And for those special types of women out there, we have a cock block just for you. You get a couple drinks in you. Every woman loves a gay man. And this works mainly for your anchor chick because this dude that's talking to her all nice and sweet almost never happens for her. And once your gay wingman has seen that you've met your objective and X-filled, that is when he'll drop the soft cock block.
Hey, this was such a lovely evening. Maybe I could invite you over to my place and have dinner with my boyfriend.
What? I thought we were connecting.
We were totally connecting, but you just don't have the right equipment for me.
Do not give me homo suspicion points for that. I have to convey it that way.
I mean, that sounds gay. I just want you to know that this is like the first conversation of like 3 conversations that leads to you being gay.
All right, I know I'm dating myself with this analogy, but if you go back and you look at Laverne and Shirley, Shirley was always holding out for a doctor. And that worked out so well for her now, didn't it? Winning. And what we call this is the financial cockblock. She makes it known up front that you need to have money or provide resources. That is really a wife-stitute in training, or maybe a hooer. You don't even have to go out with these women. They put it in their fucking dating profile. And they get a bunch of messages calling them a bunch of gold-digging whores. Gee, I wonder why. There's a term for that where a woman trades money for sex.
Prostitute?
Oh no, I don't think that's it. She doesn't think so, and she states, if I take anything else, I'm selling myself short. And you know what's even better? All of these women that have this stipulation, they're not even fucking worth it.
I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe, I'm a dirty little whore.
So listen, if you really want to get to the Bermuda Triangle, how do you get around this one? You lie! Hey, and feminists are even trying to call that rape. Is it my fault that they're stupid? No. You know what's even worse? You walk up on this fine piece of ass at the bar, and you start chatting her up, and she turns and says,
I'm sorry, but I only go for big, black.
Did it get dark in here? You can call me a racist, but I don't give any fucks because that shit never gets old. In fact, this is actually talking against racism. Winning. Because let's face it, how shallow do you have to be to look at somebody and judge them by the color of their skin? I know you guys are thinking those black dudes have shit that hangs down to their knee. I've played a lot of sports and I've been in the locker room, and that is a fallacy. Pun intended! Now listen, if you saw the variety of chicks I banged in my lifetime, you would have a very hard time calling me a racist. And I have to say this, but my favorite type of women, South America and Mexico. Winning! All you gotta do is Google Brazilian volleyball team, and there you go. And on that note, Space Ghost is on. Next, we have the redirect cockblock, and that's usually done by women. And that's when they try to pawn you off on the anchor. And they use words like,
She's so sweet and nice.
but she's a solid fucking 5, and they never say that. You give me a solid 5 and I'll bang the shit out of her long before I'll go near or touch any girl with a herpes. With that being said, this is unhealthy, and you need to exfil yourself from that situation immediately. When I say unhealthy, I mean she's probably morbidly obese, so she'll sit on your face, and that's all there is for you. Hey, beep, 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 beep. That's all, folks, you're dead. I know you're like, hey, Popp, there's a lot of bad ways to go. But there really isn't anything worse than being smothered to death by a second scrotum. And if you don't know what that is, check out the video, because I had a buddy in the army, when I told him what a second scrotum was, he divorced his wife 3 months later. Unless you're an XY crosswire, 2 scrotums in any relationship is 1 too many. And now we're going to take it all the way back to the beginning, where you fumble fuck it all up. You're running track and you're in the lane before the starting pistol goes on, and you get ready. You look down and you see all my shoes untied. You fall on your face before they even hit the starting pistol. And what happened to that prime piece of pussy at the end of that race? It's gone. This is kind of like the premature ejaculation of the flying crossbody cockblock.
That's great.
It really doesn't even take that long. It takes a split second. Boom, you fucked it up, and you're done. And you want to know why? You're desperate, and you smell like fish and bad decisions. Awkward moment. And this whole list is nothing but a bunch of awkward moments that will happen to all the dudes in the Western world. Learn this, learn the defenses, and get yourself a piece of ass. I'm not gonna fuck you, ever, even if money involved, but check out our links below for Patreon and PayPal. YouTube is fucking us, and we need your assistance so we can keep doing this. And even though we're getting more views every month and more subscribers every month, our revenue has basically been cut by 65%. Until we can put out some merchandise, this is pretty much the only recourse we have left. So guess what? 50 cents, $1, or $2, we do 12 episodes a month. You can fund us to keep doing this because we love it, we know you love it, but it is expensive. But you know it's not expensive? this awesome shirt. Winning! Race Riot Apparel, 10% off, links in the description. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm just gonna tell you, I won't be into the big black. Did it just get dark in here? It's such a dick!
Never gets old.
Oh my God, that never gets old. We're doing a whole show on fucking cockblocks. This is comedy gold here. Dude, I gotta get you a knife, man.
Well, I have a knife. It's just not.
No. I gotta get you a knife like this. This better be good for $17 a fucking bottle. Holy shit.
Good?
This is like liquid candy.